Good morning and welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan-Eric Frank.
And we're live from the CTV studios here in Wellington, Florida. And we're back at the Grand Champions Polo Club for the 2023 World Polo League Palm Beach Open. Two very strong teams today, Jan, both 1-0.
Absolutely.
And tell me a little about these guys.
Well, Casablanca, of course, making their return. This is their second game of this very important Palm Beach Open. Remember, they took on Audi last week. We were very much looking forward to that, especially after Audi had beaten them after they'd won the Founders Cup. So a lot at stake there. Cracking game now, and that was father against son. Today it's a mother against son. And we're going to start off by telling you who's playing for Santa Rita Tranquilidad. We've got, of course, the lovely Melissa Gans in at number 1. Lucas James, the 7-goaler, in at number 2. And then 19 goals between them. Juan Martin Zabilla at number 3 of 9 goals. And Juan Martin Nero, the 10-goaler, at number 4. Casablanca, as I said, we've got Grant Ganzi. There he is on your screens at number 1. Then one of my favorite 6-goal players, Tamacho Pierres, 6-goaler at number 2. And then the other 10-goaler this morning, Barto Castagnola, coming in at number 3. And, of course, Jesse Bray, the very strong 7-goaler, in at number 4. And as Dale was saying, both of these teams with a 1-0. Casablanca, as I said earlier, beat Audi in their second game, 13 goals to 10. Santa Rita Tranquilaukin took care of business. Very close game it was against Brookshire, beating them by 10 goals to 9. Your two mounted officials this morning are Pepe Araja and Castam Dorignac. And tell me, Dale, who's our IRO today?
Mr. Steve Lane will be working as our IRO/third man on the sideline there with the iPad and our CTV Sports technology in real time. So they'll be able to use them. Of course, remember, we have challenges per half. One challenge per half for the teams on the challenge system. They can challenge any call that the umpires play. They can also challenge the ball placement. They'll use the triggers, too. All triggers are in place. Check to see if the ball goes out of bounds. It is scored. One is scored or not. And also to check and see any time a two-legged athlete, four-legged athletes come together in a very hard play. And any unsportsmanlike conduct. And, of course, if the umpires disagree, they have the umpire trigger to go to the third man, and they'll take that to the video as Melly's going to get her first breakaway here as Santa Rita. Melly once, Melly twice, and cleaned out of there by Barto.
Yeah, that was a bit unlucky. Great pass from Lucas James. That's setting up Melissa nicely for that to what could have been the first goal here for Santa Rita Tranquilidad. And now coming around the outside, there's the number 4 taking a shot. Juan Martin Nero has a slight deflection. And that man in grey, just remind you, Casablanca, of course, in the grey shirt. Santa Rita Tranquilaukin in the pink and white. And we have our first little traffic jam in front of goal and our first whistle.
Yeah, so they bring it down here, and it's Santa Rita Tranquilaukin controlling the offensive attack early. And right here, we got to give one play. As one player clears out, they both have one. Looks like they're going to go ahead and blow it there as Tamacho. Piedras was coming out. Looked like trying to get out of the way as quick as possible. Tamacho playing very well this year. We talk a lot about it on 6 goals. He's had the opportunity to be out on the field. Very strong team. Both teams, Audi and Casablanca, here in the Palm Beach Open. Then we're going to get the blocking foul, right-of-way infraction, and it'll be Lucas James, who has been very solid from the penalty line for the Santa Rita Tranquilaukin team. And Lucas does a lot up in the front, too. He's one of those hustlers. He's up there making the hooks, making the bumps. When he goes to goal, he goes with a lot of speed. And remember their design. They're going to keep Melly out in the front early. And they may rotate her around in the back. We'll see. You probably get full 4-player rotation with the Casa team. You never know what's going to go on with them. Jesse wears the 4, but he does run through a lot, and Grant will rotate to the back if they need him. So we'll see what kind of offensive attack Santa Rita tries to use right now. It's going to be picked up here and taken by Zabilla.
Juan Martin, nice bit of space he's created for himself. Look at that pony, another one of those stunning 4-legged athletes he's on. Look at that in the air. Juan Martin tried to finish it with a near side forehand shot, but out of a full volley. Ball will just go over the back line. Well, you just touched on Grant Gansey down there. He is having one hell of a season playing in all different leagues.
Yeah, we talked about he played 3 leagues this season, or this month, playing in the 6, 8, and the 26. He's going to take a break today and they're getting one of their players ready, Wesley. He's going to play with them in the 12 goal and the $50,000. So he's going to replace Grant today on the 8 goal team and get him prepared a bit. And that's a very good team, playing with the 2 Bellinis, with Juancito and Santos. So that should be a strong team for the 50,000. But Grant has been playing in all the pole, and he loves playing in all of it. We talked to him. We interviewed him. There's a great shot by Grant across the field, cleaned up, taken out by Zubia.
Once again, on the move over on the far side. A lot of space here. Now both of these teams very much running and gunning. Tamacho Pierre coming back with him. Will leave the right of way here for his teammate Jesse Bray. He'll pick it up over on the boards. Once again, Gansey going up, anticipating that ball to come to him. Tamacho, there he is, of course, doing what he does so well, stopping any kind of what could be another attacking play. Gansey coming back. Ball is still inside the boards. There's a little backhand chip. Nicely teed up now for Barto. Castagnola, and he's within shooting range. A little chip shot. Back to the front. You mentioned it just a few seconds ago, how we like to see Jesse Bray going up to the front. This time, just one little touch on the near side, and that's the equalizer here for Casablanca.
Yeah, this great play here by both Tamacho to Barto, and then Barto across the center. And this is where you got to watch out for this Casablanca team, as they will use Jesse to come up. He hits the big ball, so in the back of the game, he's huge. But he's been very strong going to goal, Jesse. He rides very big horses, and he's a stout, strong guy himself. But he's been scoring goals, and that's where you get that 4-player rotation. So that'll be something that Santa Rita Triangulaga will be working on today on their rotation. Melly will probably have to dive in a few times and get in her position on the defensive side also with her 3 amigos, and they play well together behind her. So we'll go to our first courtesy change of the day. We're going to use the courtesy change, 1 per chucker. Players can all change their horses. And looks like we got a good shot there of the Casablanca team down in the end zones is Barto and Jesse. Great communication by the Casablanca team, all the teams. And, boy, I got to tell you, Jan, being between the boards the other day, that polo, that 26-goal polo is 26-goal polo. It is fast out there. You know, we watch it, we sit in here and we watch it from the drones and we get to all the angles. And I got to tell you, so if you are here in the Wellington area, please, check the scheduling and where the fields are. We're on Field 3 this morning here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. You go to gcpolo.com and you get all the information there on where you can see the games live. It has been super fast and well-organized teams, as I said, highest rated polo in North America at 26 goals.
Well, not only that, if you were with us yesterday, and even if you weren't, remember, you can, as Dale was saying, go back to the internet, of course, and watch all the games that have already taken place. But if you weren't here yesterday, if you didn't see the game yesterday, our featured match of the week, another cracking game of polo, and that really was exceptionally fast. And let me just remind you, of course, that today we do have a double header. The Palm Beach Open continues this afternoon with Dead End, one of our newcomers, up against Rished Mir. But now let's see if Melissa can put this one through the posts. Of course she can. There she goes. No mistake. Another great pass that she was given. And Melissa just puts that one away beautifully. The pass coming there from Lucas James. Timed it just right. And great finish here. Again, just the one touch needed by Melissa Gans.
Yeah, perfect pass here by Lucas and Melly. She's going to get a good 30 yards out front there. And if they don't rotate with her, she is by herself. One thing that she understands is to take your time. Because she knows that if someone comes to hook her, make a hook on her mallet, she can, she's taking out a high goal player. As the lowest rated player in Casablanca, Grant on 3, Jesse on 7, Tumacho on 6, and Barto on 10. So every play for Melly in the front is very important. She'll carry the ball down the field.
And it looks like they've won the throw-in once again. That man, of course, always a very busy day at the office here. Juan Martin Zabilla now has to leave that one for Juan Martinero. In comes Castagnola. Still been rather quiet around him, around the Tangola, here in this opening chukker. Once again, working very hard, fighting for the ball. Zubia, he's got Lucas James behind. Oh, he's done very well by the steal there by Jesse Bray. Well, the 8-goaler there clearly not happy. Let's just wait and see, because we might have had a late whistle on that play.
Yeah, great work here by the number 3, Zubia. I mean, everybody trying to get to him. He's really strong with the ball, and he puts that ball out in front there, but it looked pretty tight. So they're going to check the distance on that. It's all about the distance on this play, as that ball was right about at Jesse's boot, but where was Zubia at? Zubia looked like he was closing the window, but they might check it. We'll see what they decide to do. Remember, both teams have their challenges. They can challenge the play. If the umpires were to disagree on the distance, they could check it. They could check the distance with our IRO. Looks like they're going to agree on the distance here, though, and call right away violation. Open goal penalty 2 from the spot.
And the second chance here for Lucas James to make it 2 out of 2. And that, of course, pretty easy picking for him. And with that now, Santa Rita Trenquilauken extending their lead to 3-1 with a little under a minute and a half left to play here in the first chucker.
Yeah, very strong first chucker for Santa Rita Trenquilauken coming out of the tent, ready to go. Crisp morning.
Oh,
the weather has changed in southern Florida.
Well, I tell you what, for a minute there, I felt like I was in London.
Yeah, it has been. And we had a little rain last night. We needed it for all the fields and, of course, all the agricultural down here in southern Florida. So it was a blessing. It came in around 1 o'clock in the morning. So safety on the fields, no problem. We got to talk to our general manager, Cale Newman. They're out there checking everything. Everything's safe. Look at this. Now the breakaway for Santa Rita right at the end of the first chucker is going to be Nero and Juan Martin. No problem with that one.
Absolutely none whatsoever. And as you said, Dale, that will probably be the last play of this first chucker. But I'd like to also very much welcome, because I know they're watching, a couple of our diehard fans here based in Wellington, Sohail and the lovely Rebecca. I know that they were down yesterday at field number 2 at Grand Champions Polo Club. Great to have you tuned in.
And a big shout out to Jimmy.
And yes,
Jimmy is giving some love out there, I heard.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Well, it's going to take us to the end of our chucker here, Jan. So we'll go ahead and send them off. They'll get on some fresh ponies, and we'll be back here for our second chucker play, 2023 World Polo League Palm Beach Open.
Happy to be back in town playing with the best teams, best boys, and on the best fields.
So we're going to start the season a full power horse.
Just happy to be back in Florida. It's hometown. Looking forward to getting back on these amazing fields.
The Taqueria has all your polo needs, from the novice to the professional. We carry all of our equipment in multiple grades to fill a price point to suit the individual.
Back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan-Eric Frank.
And we are live from the Grand Champions Polo Club Field number 3 for continuing action here in the Palm Beach Open. And really quick, Santa Rita Trenquilauken there in the pink and white today. Melissa Ganzi, Lucas James, Juan Martin Zubia, and Juan Mar Nero. Casablanca, they're in their darker jerseys today. Grant Ganzi, Tomacho Perez, Bartol Castanola, and Jesse Bray. And at the beginning here, 4-1. Good start by Santa Rita.
Very good start by Santa Rita indeed. And just to pick up on that last commercial that we saw, of course, that is a very subtle reminder because that is going to be coming up here on your screens also this coming Friday. Nick Roldan's Sunset White Party Polo on Friday evening starting at 5:30. We've got Wheelie Polo and we've got a surprise act who was actually a halftime performer at one of the Super Bowls, Dale. So we got.
Who's that?
Well, we don't know. It's a surprise.
Special.
It's a surprise act.
You never know.
So I'm not sure if there are, but I'm sure there will still be the odd ticket available.
Yeah, great. So represents just a great time, great energy there. Nick Rodan's put together for the white parties, and so get your tickets. They're out there getting ready to be sold. Here we go. Back to the action.
Jesse Bray, that ball did not go where he wanted it, which was, I think, intended for Double G Grant Ganzi. Instead, it'll be Juan Martinero. He's still on the boards. Would like to turn that around if he can. Then there he does. You see, he turns around on the inside, trying to create a little bit of space for himself. There is the shot to goal. And wow, took his time. I mean, I'd like to see that again. He was on the boards, slightly in a jam, looking for a way out. Here you see it once again, turns around on towards the boards, gets just a little space that he needs, and then hammers one straight down through the post.
Nero. Shows you why he was MVP of the 2022 Argentine Open. That's a great goal. The second one of the day. And that's a huge part here for Santa Rita when they get Nero involved in the goal scoring, not just controlling the defense. On the move right here, Casablanca, they come together, and you can see the window closing there between a few players. Whistle on the play. We'll stop the clock. We'll get the replay here as they come around. Jesse going downfield, bounces off a pony right there, and then you can see number 3 on the lesser angle, number 2 in the dark jersey coming from right to left. Right away violation.
A little bit unlucky.
Yeah, bad luck to bounce off the pony there. I think Tamacho wasn't exactly sure, could see where Zubia was, and Juanmar reading it perfectly, getting the better angle on the bounce.
Quickly taken from the number 4, Juan Martin Nero, looking for the number 3, Juan Martin Zubia. He's on the boards. Takes the ball back into the field, leaves that one behind. Now then, are we going to see another one of those hammer shots? No, they're going to be working this together. The two 19 goals in between them, Zubia and Nero. Tamacho will pick up the loose ball and turn things around very quickly. Bray on the move upfield. Oh, he didn't hit that well. So Santa Rita Trencolauken still in possession and deep in the half here of Casablanca. There is that shot into that danger zone. Nicely defended and on the turn picked up now by Barto Castagnola.
Good defense there by Barto. Positioned himself perfectly. This is where Jesse Brady goes forward. But look at the speed of this four-legged athlete that Nero's on. He runs him down, controls them. Ball's going to go out of bounds. We're going to get a change of possession. So a cop on the pitch. And that ball looked like it was just outside the 60. So this will be a free ball to play here. Now, Barto has been so strong and when he gets around 100 yards, watch this. Well, he's going to go down the center with it, but look, he's got Jesse.
Yeah, he runs into some traffic there, but a second shot. Now then, what came first, the chicken or the egg? What came first, the whistle or the shot on goal? And what will the umpires decide? We see this again on your screen. Here is the ball, nicely placed. I think he had Jesse Bray in mind, outplaying there the number 4, Nero. Jesse runs into the back of Zubia, gets a second shot on that. So be interesting to see what the umpires make of that.
And they're going to call it blocking foul. And good play here by Double G, Grant Ganzi, to pull out of that play. And that means that the opposing player needed to pull out of there also. So he just got caught up a little bit. And like you said, the whistle must come right there before the shot. Sometimes you can play the continuation there, which, in some cases, depending on where the whistle came, whether they play the continuation on the shot or not. Because you never know. Sometimes that penalty, too, can be a little tough. Get a horse, get a little squirrely, or, But they must came timing-wise, so they went with the 2. No need for a 1 there. As even though it's in the vicinity, not trying to save a goal, just got caught on the blocking foul.
So, they're coming back. Second goal of the match. Jesse Bray in chukker number 1, and now Barto Castagnola here in the second chukker. Still, though, Santa Rita Trenkalauken having done very well in that first chukker. Remember, they scored 4. Juan Martinera picking up his second here in chukker number 2. And now all of a sudden it looks or it feels like we're seeing a lot more contact and a lot more touches here from Castagnola. And we didn't hit that one well. Actually didn't hit that at all. Jesse Bray will pick up that loose ball. He's got to be careful. He's got Juan Martin Zabilla right behind him, just hovering. Wait till he puts his stick down. And AC's waiting for the unforced error. Yeah, and that is exactly what happened there. The pressure just getting a bit too much. And Jesse Bray fumbling that ball. But he, like I said, there's the hook. Timed it just right. And then had to reach right far behind. And that's where we have the whistle.
Yep. So you get a reaching call. As that ball is behind Jesse's boot, that ball needs it. And most of the time on that play is so close because he's blocking him a little bit, the ball needs to get even further. Really no play because Jesse's moving from left to right there. He's kind of blocking Zubia the whole time. He almost has to give him a play. Go for it here. They're going to move this one down. And there's a good coach, Coach Lolo Castagnola, Papa Bear, Argentine Open winner, U.S. Open winner, Hall of Famer. And the other day, when it was Casablanca against Audi, he came and coached the umpires.
Yeah,
so it was nice that he came over and met me and Pepe. He said, "Guys, I'm staying neutral today." Yeah. He said he had both sons playing. He said he wasn't cheering, he wasn't coaching, but he will coach his boys. And of course, the La Natividad team winning the Argentine Open in 2021, and shocking the world, coming in strong. The green machine, you could call him. Boys playing very well, all on 10 goals now.
Juan Martinera gets things underway after that quick courtesy change round the outside. Zubia can't do much with it. Grant will be thinking, I'll have that, thank you very much. Goes to the boards. No one to challenge him. We'll leave that one for Castagnola. And Castagnola will try and outplay, if he can somehow, Juan Martin Zubia. Well, he got a piece of it, but I think it deflected coming off the back of Zubia's pony. Melissa getting right into it there, going in for the challenge. Umpires being very tolerant, very lenient. Now then, Melissa, I think she turned first.
That one off of Zubia. It looks like he hit him in the foot. But well on Melly here, that little pressure. Remember, every time the Melly gets in there, she understands it gives her teammates time downfield to cover up. So say if Tamacho or Grant or Jesse were on a loose play, Melly coming in there and, keeping an eye on Barto there. Barto, he's a big hitter, so I hope that Zubia is okay here. He's going to take his boot off and they're going to check him out because you remember the other day in the there was a change of possession.
Yeah.
And it was inside the 60. We brought it out. Or actually, no, it wasn't. It was a fair play bowling.
Right.
There was a situation where a couple horses came together and a mallet had hit one of the Forlayas, so they wanted to check everything out.
Yeah.
Change the horse. Everything was fine, but just for safety. And so they had to change the possession from about 80 yards out. And they dropped the ball, and that guy I was dead behind him, right behind him when he hit it. And when he hit that ball, it just was
a rocket.
Yeah. I mean, the minute he hit it, you could tell the ball was going through the goal. But then it went like another 30 yards past it.
Wow.
So good 120, in the air. And he's a very strong hitter. We have so many strong hitters in the league. We were talking about that yesterday with
Fred.
Fred, yeah, one big shout out to Fred Mannix.
Yeah.
Another one of our pro players who's been in the studio here, and all the players. It's been a lot of fun. We've been switching off, you and I. Mm-hmm. And a good day at the stadium yesterday.
Great day. It was a little bit chilly, I've got to say. I've never experienced it so cold up there, but I suppose, I know that you Floridians, you like a little bit of change in the weather. But despite it being rather chilly, as always, great atmosphere, a great turnout, and to round things off, as was to be expected, and that's exactly
DJ Trouble in the house?
DJ Troubles was in the house, exactly. Great food and beverage, as always, from our catering partners, and, of course, an absolutely fantastic game of polo.
Cool. Yeah, it was a great game. And very fast. I mean, he went down another 27 goals scored yesterday. Calle Polo, they received their handicaps. Remember, this is the Open, Palm Beach Open, but we're playing it on the handicap this year based on just the amount of teams that have come in at 23 and 24 goals. And it's made it very competitive with the handicap. Looks like Zubia's going to be okay here, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, a little ice spray. I think he got knocked actually on his foot.
Yeah, no, it hit him on the foot, but that's like shooting a gun at your boot.
Yeah.
I mean, that ball's moving. We were talking to Fred Mannix. We were talking about hockey because we have the 90-mile-an-hour fastball in baseball that they pitch, and I'm sure we have to check it out on when they do hit a pitch that it goes over 100 miles an hour. And he was telling me in hockey, they get up to like 90. They'll get in that area with the slap shots. And we're talking about polo at 80 to 120 miles an hour, on every shot. And
that ball will hurt you.
Yeah. So depending where it is and where it is. So, most of the time players are of course, not hitting at each other because that's just a play that doesn't work. But look at this. Big ball by Barto. That would have been a two-pointer.
It would have been. You've just touched on exactly that point. I was you've been talking about the speed and the distance of some of these big hitters. We still are waiting to see the first 2 points. Remember, in the Palm Beach Open, if you hit a ball from literally just beyond, and it has to only just be beyond that halfway line, and hit a goal, and there is enough talent out there that can do exactly that, you will win a 2-point score.
I think we're going to get one there this year. On the move, taking in Nero, and this is a little flip play to the inside. They're going to go with the non-call here. Looked like he was stepped back a little back there, and looked like Barto opened the window. So nice non-call now, and a little different than the play with Jesse Bray earlier. Backed up cleanly and taken across here by Lucas. One-touch polo by Santa Rita. They have Melly out in front. I believe she's out there maybe, a little short for her. Opened up clean there by Tamacho, and here comes Barto.
Just takes it over the halfway line. Bray's in front of him. Will push Lucas James out of the way. That's worked very effectively. Now then, Barto. Clear little passage. Fumbles it a little bit. Able to correct himself. Still working that ball very, very hard. And all of a sudden, all the mallets go up in the air. Tamacho, you can see there in disbelief. Grant Ganzi and Barto.
Everybody comes together on look like a melee play. It's going to go out of bounds. Nero's going to switch off onto a fresh one here for the last minute of the second chukker. That'll stop the clock. They still have the clock going here, so could work this one down. Remember, you have 20 seconds. We talked about this the other day. Came up on the field 20 seconds after the umpire says play to actually play the ball. So remember, when you get in a position here where you're going to end a chukker, if there's 50 seconds, 50, they're going to readjust the clock here with Nero changing to 101. And they're going to let Nero go ahead and warm this mare up, and you can understand why. You see the breeze blowing out there, and as you said, it was in the 50s last night. We're in the 70s. It was in the 60s when they arrived at the field. And those four-legged athletes, they get fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So Nero looks like he's organized with 101 on the clock. So he'll play the knock-in. Tamacho will come up on the defense. And Nero says, I'm on a fresh one. Why not let her go? So here you go. Nero's going to try to run this one down. He just leaves it now for Zubia. Wanmar looking for Wanmar. Now the rotation. And they're working it perfectly, keeping the ball moving. Uh-oh, maybe too far right there now. But good recover here by Zubia.
Yeah, very well played there by Tamacho. Look, he's chasing it, but I think, he was a little bit slow getting out of the starting blocks there. He's done well to pick up that ball, but that might also be down to the fact that Zubia is still suffering a little bit from that ball that hit him on the foot earlier on. Moving out of the way. Now then Ganzi, he'll stop and turn it. Still Grant. Found a little gap. Yeah, slightly overcooked that one again. Nice bit of defensive play here by Santa Rita Trenque Laukin, but there it is. It all ends with Tamacho Pieris. This time he's found Castagnola.
And the ball's going to go out. It's going to end, in our chuckers. Time will stop. So the ball right there on the field. We'll start with the bowl in when we return. So there you are. A good shot of Field 3, Field 2, and Field 1 from our drone footage. And stay with us. We'll be right back on CTV Sports.
We're here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm where the PTF Polo ASSN Junior Tournament is being held for the first time ever at this location. And I mean, could you get a more beautiful venue? Probably not. The tournament includes players of all ages, starting with the youngest at just 2 years old and the oldest at 20 years old. So you've got all ages, all skill levels, and a whole lot of fun. Let's go check it out.
It reminds me of my days when I was in that position playing the kids tournament, and for us it meant the world. So I'm very happy to be here supporting my son and other kids as well, because I think they really enjoy this, and for them it's even more important than for us probably playing the 26 or the 22.
Well, that's a wrap on the PTF Polo ASSN Juniors Tournament at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. So much incredible talent coming up through the ranks. The future is certainly bright for the sport of polo. Now, for more information on the PTF, head to polotraining.org. And, of course, head to Chucker TV for all of our awesome content, including full game broadcasts.
I love that commercial with all the junior players and just showing you the future of polo, Santa Rita Polo Farm. And, we're getting ready. We've already done 2 PTFs.
And we've got one coming up a week today. On Monday, the 27th of March, is where we will have our third of the season. So
good shot there again of Barto and Lolo doing coaching. Always has a mallet in his hand or a horseshoe. He wouldn't let the horseshoe go the year they won the Open. I got to ask about that horseshoe. Like hidden away somewhere. So we ended the Chucker 5-2 here. Santa Rita, Casablanca doing a great job here in the beginning in his first half against Casablanca.
Yeah, it seems to me, Dale, that Casablanca hasn't quite yet sort of come to the max of how we've seen them play in the past, especially that game against Audi. It seems that they're not quite yet really revved up. Maybe the cold has gotten the better of them, but you've got to give it to Santa Rita Casablanca. They are in control here at the moment. They've done very well, especially in that first chuck. It was just a goal apiece in the second. And this man here, despite having had a knock on the foot, he's back in the saddle, doing a fantastic job. This time he loses it to Jesse Bray now. Then Jesse Bray will take the man first to try and get a bit of space. A little flick of the wrist. Yeah, and that one just slightly overcooked, but they've got to be careful here. That's where, of course, Casablanca, especially with Jesse Bray when he's up front, can be extremely dangerous.
Yeah, we're going to see in the stats, you're going to see some misses here. A lot of knock-ins by that man right there, Juan Martin Nero. And remember, every knock-in is a shot on goal, a missed opportunity for the opposing team. So when we do go through the stats, keep that in mind, that when you do see knock-ins, those are misses. So we'll see that at halftime. And they've been doing a great job here moving the ball and passing the ball. They've used Melly early. I mean, Melly picked up a goal early. She's staying out in front. And actually, it looks like by design, they're putting her way out there. Mm-hmm. Because you remember, Jesse plays back. So now Jesse's either got to go really deep with her, which then it makes it, she's got him. So he's got to figure out how to play in the middle. And you might get they're going to look at this one just to see what horse, maybe if it came off a horse, as we do have a change of possession here. But remember, if it comes off one of the four-legged athletes, it goes to the opposing team. So they just want to look at it and make sure they can check those, trigger those. But it looked like everything was clean. as it is going to go back to Santa Rita Tranquilacan and backed up cleanly by Barto.
Castagnola now, can he be the one to start a new campaign of attacking play by Casablanca? Tamacho Pierre, as they're coming in, puts his stick down far. Again, just a little bit too late, a little under the neck from Lucas James. Along the boards, picked up now by Juan Martin Zubia. Zubia, he's got Ganzi on his hip. Got a pass up to the front. This time it'll be the turn of Tamacho. And he will try and keep that ball in play. He does well, turns it around. So now Tamacho playing the Secretary of Defense. Wants to send it back up to Castagnola. He's met it. He's picked it up. Now look at that. Bray going up there as well. He will hold back a little bit to try and... yeah, that's exactly why, to pick up or to support Castagnola. Still Bray, working also very hard here. Little bump there against Zubia. Left behind with a little bit of luck here for Castagnola. Castagnola now looking for an opportunity to open up those shoulders. Grant coming in to push out Lucas James. And there you can see Barto eyeing up that goal mouth, a little nod. Here's the shot. And no problem. No problem.
Golazo.
Second goal for the 10-goal.
So they pulls it out. Yeah, pulled it out. They're just waiting for people to clear out. Just more safety-oriented right here. And then finally Zubia does. And then he shoots it in between everybody. The good sportsmanship there. Yet everybody kind of converged on a play. They got shut down inside the red zone. And not much room in there when you have 7, 400 to 600-pound, 500-pound animals. So great sportsmanship there by Barto Casanola to allow the players to clear out. And then here comes Barto.
And that ball had a bit of a bounce. Up for Tamacho Pierre's 2 touches, cracking goal. I was just going to say that Casablanca have definitely found a way of keeping Santa Rita Trinquelauquen a little bit more under control and at bay whilst they are firing and keep winning those throw-ins. There you saw the hook attempt by Juan Martinero, just a little bit too late as Tamacho will make child's play out of this little tap shot.
Yeah, Nero waited. He had tried to see good read here. Tamacho on the move before Barto hit that ball, and that's when Casablanca's firing on all cylinders when he started hitting that play. You can get your courtesy change here. Final courtesy change of the first half. Talking about this game yesterday with Kaya Polo, one of our newer teams, Larry Austin, and then Global Port with Romero. And Mikey looked like he's enjoying his team. Well, I said 27 goals scored between them, 15 goals. I mean, if you look at some of the games, Casablanca scored 13 goals in one game. Kaya Polo has scored 15 goals in both of their games.
Incredible.
They're a 23-goal team, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dale, that Kaya Polo team, for me...
Against some on handicap, of course. They're getting 3.
But still,
so they're scoring a good 12 goals every time.
Yeah, no, that is a team that I could very much see going all the way and making it through to the final. A very, very well-working team there. They all work very well together. And we saw that yesterday, taking on 2 of the world's best, 2 10-goalers. So congratulations once again from everybody here at CTV Sports. A great performance of that Kaya Polo team who've, come in and surprised us. Little open backhand shot. Here we go then. And that, I believe, was on the account of Mr. Grant Ganzi. I'm sure we'll get another look at this here in front of goal. There it comes. No, beg your pardon. It was a Tamacho. Tamacho Pierre is picking up his second now here in chucker number 3.
And good communication errors. Grant had the tail shot, and he just said, you go for it. Just good read there. Easier for Tamacho to do the next shot than Grant, but Grant was set up for the tail. Perfect. Yeah, now it's going to be double G. Grant, he's got Barto out in front. See if he can get it out to him. Picked up by Nero. Juanmar will take the mallet from Bray. Ooh, Juan Martin working hard now. Look at this guy. He gets through 2 very strong players there with Jesse Bray and Barto Casanola. Gets the ball moving forward. Tamacho will rotate back for Casablanca and open it up. And now they're using Bray going forward with Grant in the corner. Keeps it on the field. And he'll put this one down in the coffin corner. It's going to get controlled by Zubia now. Zubia, he'll keep it on the boards. but met perfectly by Camacho. And then they come together right there. You get a whistle on the play. So we had Casa and let's see what happens here. You have Grant come over for the ride-off. And I'd call him riding in there, I guess maybe on the ride-off. Now they have a challenge here. Camacho gets to the ball early. So I'm going to say, I don't know if they're calling it maybe for Grant for coming in there and riding him off, maybe on the meet. So, because he does meet that ball cleanly, Camacho. I don't know maybe if his horse's head was over the line, but it looked like Camacho had pulled it back far enough when Grant made the ride-off. So they're going to move this one down to the 60.
Well, we had a similar play yesterday.
Yeah, and I wonder if they want to use their challenger. I know they have challenges. Because it looked like they were having a conversation there. Just to have our IRO third man kind of look at that one and see what they saw. But I guess they're not going to use their challenge. I guess they're going to go ahead and go with it.
So, penalty 4 then, Lucas James.
So they'll go with 1 meeting 2, saying that Grant came in there late on the bump. That didn't give a chance, and that's where the meet is on the 1 meeting 2. So if Grant pulls out of there, then actually Camacho had the ball, so maybe a little miscommunication there. But when Grant came for the ride-off, now you got the 1 meeting 2. Just kind of a weird design because Camacho had the ball already. And
exactly.
The way it developed, you don't see 1 meeting 2 happen that way to me. Well, they're going to miss they had an open goal there?
No, penalty 4.
Oh, penalty 4. Okay, went for the 4, so they'll dodge a bullet.
Yeah, big bullet, and surprised that Lucas James, remember, he's already scored 2 penalty 2s in the first chukker, and he's also been very, very consistent in his penalty shots. But, yeah, a bit unlucky there, not able to put that one through. Now then the turn of Juan Martin Zubia. It's high, intercepted there, nice eye for the ball. Takes it out of the air, Barto Castagnola. Still Barto, Bray now behind. It's we've seen this combination work very well between these two. And there is an attempted hook. And this is going to be a nice, easy pickings, what it should be for Grant Ganzi. Yeah, you can see there he's appealing, as is Castagnola.
So they're going to turn around here. Good try here by Nero. If he gets that steal, let's see if Lucas gets is on the wrong side here. It looks like he is on the wrong side right there. He's kind of, and he spins around. It's kind of an interesting. Does he have enough time now? You do have a challenge here.
Yeah, that is not surprising.
Yeah, maybe to play that back. We'll see if we get a chance to have another look on the rewind. They're looking at it now in the studio, so they'll take over, sending it out to our IRO third man. And they'll decide whether. Right, so maybe we run it back one more time here so we can check it out. And we'll see a replay on it here for the studio or for the CTV Sports. I'll keep an eye on this ball. This ball's going to get hit right down there. And Lucas is going to turn around and meet it here. Now, is he clean there going that way? And he is. So they're going to say no foul on the play. And I like this call by the IRO third man, or a good challenge. Just a good challenge. A lot of distance. Lucas did get around cleanly. And remember, as long as he's clean before they get to the ball, is what it's all about. He could have actually been further over. So
that would have been a different story, yeah.
Yeah, so great work by the three-man team. That's why we have him in place. And the challenge system. Good challenge by Santa Rita Trinkalak, and they did a perfect timing. Third chucker challenge on the risk-reward matrix. Perfect timing. Mm-hmm. And saved an open goal, by the way.
Yeah. Big dodge.
Yeah.
Of a bullet.
So that's why it's all in place. Great use of the technology there by the boys and girls in the pink and white.
So 5 goals apiece then. A little under a minute left to play. Another issue when you could just see, maybe you saw on your screens there, that Juan Martin Zubia sort of just venting a little bit of that frustration on that last play. It's
so very strong chucker, though. 3 unanswered goals by Casablanca. I remember we were wondering where the offensive attack had been, and they came alive in the third. So you might get one here, another challenge here. Okay. Okay, so we have 2 challenges at the same time. Mm-hmm. So the Santa Rita, they went ahead and challenged the call. The call will stand. They're going to lose their challenge on the foul.
Right.
And it was a penalty 4, and Casablanca challenged the ball placement, and they're going to move it to a 3.
Right.
So a very good, good challenge by Santa Rita. 47 seconds left. You might as well use it there. At a check, they just won a challenge. And then awesome challenge by Casablanca here to go ahead and challenge the ball placement, because now instead of hitting a 60, they're going to hit a 40. And great work by the 3-man team again, coming in with that information very quickly on 2 challenges. So it'll be Barto from the penalty 3, 40-yard open goal, Castagnoli.
Oh, he's put it wide. And that would have been the lead. That would have been the lead here.
Yeah, they dodged. Both teams are dodging. Yeah. Well, both teams have had.
True.
Yeah, so even Steven there. If you had a 4 missed by Santa Rita here in the third, and a 3 missed by Casablanca. And they're going to work the clock down here. Yeah, Nero. Time management, very strong right there, especially by number 4. So that'll send them off. And, a very tight game, as it was all Santa Rita. And then it went, here we go, 5-5. And look at this. Shots on goal, 8-8. Knock-ins, 3-3. Throw-ins, 7-5. Fouls committed. Casablanca committing a few more fouls. Well, very clean half by Santa Rita Tregalarca with only 2 fouls. That's great. And then, score penalties. You had Lucas with the 2 open goals. And then just 1 penalty, 2 scored by Casablanca. So a good shot there of Barto Castagnoli in the tent. They'll get with our coach Lolo. And we'll get the Santa Rita team down in their tent. And stay with us. We'll be back for our second half of the 2023 Palm Beach Open.
This is a championship meet. All the best jockeys in the world are here, and I'm excited to ride against them. And you get to watch some really incredible, talented athletes out there.
To us, it's a place to be in the winter.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the racing.
The palm trees, the beach is right here. The horse racing is some of the best in the country.
A lot of good horses come out of here. If you want to go to the next level, Gulfstream Park was the place to come.
I remember the first time I came to Gulfstream, it was like this big fairy tale place. All the history. And all these great horses, trainers, jockeys. It was everything I ever dreamed of.
Number 1 leading his team as always. They call him the Cobra. Give it up for Mr. Mark Ganzi. Then at number 2, our second 10-goaler of this match. Give it up for Rita Castagnoli, ladies and gentlemen. Number 3,
There is only one man that can, and that is Mr. Nick Roldan. There he is. And at number 4, all the way from the Great White North from Canada, please give it up for the one and only Mr. Fred Mannix.
My name is Augustine Malman. I am a chef. I trained with my uncle in Argentina in several restaurants, and now I travel the world creating unique experiences, all cooked with fire. For this event, we came from California. My team and I had some previous events there, and we traveled with my wood oven trailer and all of our grills from Santa Barbara, California. Well, when we got here, we always arrive about a week prior to the event. There's several things that we order from out of town, like the firewood. We make reservations of all of the rental items, kitchen equipment, anything we need prior to our arrival is already reserved. And then once we arrive into town, we'll source out whatever products are on the menu, like fish, red meats, fruit, vegetable, anything that we need specifically for that menu that we chose. We will source it once we get in town. My team is everything. I mean, I always tell them and to my clients, without a good team, you can't execute these kind of dinners. It takes a lot more work than what people see when they show up to the events. It takes, like I said, sometimes weeks to prepare for an event like this because we're traveling from out of town, so we have to source everything we're not familiar with. The new barn is, we're here. This is the first dinner we're doing here, so we're very excited to be here. It's amazing. It's a great place to be, and it has this inner courtyard, which is amazing to do dinners, with a special area back here behind me to do all of our grilling and the fire showcase. So it's great to be here. It's a beautiful place. Very different being up in the mountains, but I feel with Melissa and Mark and all the events we do together, I feel like it's home. We've been cooking for them for about 4 or 5 years now. But as far as showcasing what we want to showcase and being in an incredible place like Aspen Valley Polo Club, that's no difference to Wellington. It's a beautiful place up here. It's going to be a 4-course seated meal. As the first course, we have a halloumi cheese that we sear on our fire plancha with shrimp, pine nut gremolata sauce on top. The second course seated will be a roasted beetroot salad with goat cheese and arugula, lemon zest and olive oil. And then the main course tonight will be a mashed potato, sweet potato puree with skirt steak and chimichurri sauce. My name is Augustine Malman, and we are in Aspen Valley Polo Club, one of the most beautiful places to do an outdoor fire dinner experience.
Good morning and welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan-Eric Frank.
And we are back at Field 3 at the Grand Champions Polo Cup for our second half of the 2023 World Polo League Palm Beach Open. Santa Rita Casablanca against the Casablanca team. Santa Rita in their pink and white. If you're just joining us, Jan, let's go through the players one more time. We're going to have a few patrons join us for the second half.
Indeed, we will. Let's start with the team that has the only lady player, not only in this team, but in the tournament. That, of course, Santa Rita Casablanca with Melissa Ganzi up at the number 1 position. Remember, she scored a very early goal in that first chuck. And then at number 2, the 7-goaler Lucas James, and then 19 goals between them, starting over with Juan Martin Zubia at 9, and, of course, Juan Martinero at 10. He hit the target twice also in that first half. Casablanca with Grant Ganzi at number 1, playing a very, very busy season, as we said. Tamacho Pierre is at number 2 with 6-goal handicap. He hit the target twice in chucker number 3. Castagnola Barto, the 10-goaler, with a penalty 2 in chucker number 2 and an open goal or a goal out of play in chucker number 3. And Jesse Bray also getting on the score sheet with an early goal in that first chucker. They left the field at half-time with 5 apiece. And here the man I just spoke about, 9 goals to his name, Juan Martin Zubia.
Zubia, it bounces off the back of, wow, that ball went back a good 10, 15 yards, but Zubia quickly turns around. Now the ride off. In between them there, neutral play, rotation by Lucas, and Bartos pull out of that ride off right there. Do you want to get him on uneven or off speed? Good thinking by Barto. And look at it, it's going to work in his favor as it gets picked up by Tamacho, and they're looking for Jesse Bray. Jesse, he gets a little shovel pass from Barto. They come together, and Tamacho will put one down. Tamacho, already with 2 goals on the day. They had 3 unanswered goals in the third chucker. That's where Casablanca came back and tied it up. Barto will work it around the corner here. Wow, man, Zubia gets out on the handlebars right there, and it gets flipped back to Barto. Now inside the 30, Barto Castanola. Off to the side. Good D by Santa Rita.
Yeah, very, very well played there, keeping those spaces extremely tight and shutting it down very early on. I really thought that Barto was going to be away then through there. Very unlucky, but you've got to give it up to Santa Rita's defense here, playing very solidly and, standing their ground very firmly. Once again, then, the ball knocked in. Let's see if he can get a little bit more space this time. Juan Martin Zubia sends it out, finding Nero over on the left-hand side. Now, he will run this ball as much or as far as he possibly can. Slightly overcooked that one as Barto got a piece of it. Now that rotation working again very well here for Casablanca. Bray with a nice pass up, lays it up perfectly for Tamacho. Slightly topped that ball. Bray will try and finish what he started. And that ball will it'll stay in bounds. For a minute there, I thought it might have come off the field. Now, Ganzi in a bit of a sword fight. Ball is still in play, but the umpire's shutting that down with a whistle.
They come together there. Look like Nero's looking for something. He's peeking around. Let's see what happens when we get a better look here. Ball's going towards the end line here. Weimar, this is nifty little plays. He gets Grant to come to a stance. That ride-off right there is where Nero was 1-1 and off speed, I think. And then you have the sword fight going on. So we'll see what they decide. They're going to take a look at this one. Anytime, remember, 2 4-legged athletes come together on something like that, they can trigger to see if a player was uneven, off speed, whatever. I think Nero probably taking more off speed as he was slower and Jesse came in a harder, but we'll see what they decide. They're going to go ahead and use the Kersey change. Some great challenges here in the first half.
Very good.
Yeah, we had the Santa Rita Casablanca team. They challenged a play that would have been an open goal penalty 2 and won the challenge. And so great challenge by them. And then we had Casablanca come in and challenge a ball placement. And they won their challenge there. They moved from a 4 to a 3. So well done by both teams here using the technology. And great timing, too. A third chucker challenges right in the last 2 minutes. That became big plays, very big plays. Bad luck on they missed the 3, but still an opportunity. So just great to see the teams very well organized, embracing the technology, and using the challenge system. Remember, both teams will go back and have a challenge now in the second half. So each team will receive another challenge, and all triggers are in place. So during this courtesy change, they're just going to trigger this and just check and see. It looks like a shot of Nero and Zubia. Like you said, a little chilly out there this morning. You see the wind blowing. Mm-hmm. Another good shot of Coach Lolo Casanola. And they, you are going to get an off-speed. So they're going to go with the penalty 5A.
And once again, quickly taken here by Juan Martin Zubia. And that duel has been going on since the beginning. Bray and Zubia. In comes Lucas James, not able to control it. Loose ball picked up by Tamacho. Round the outside now. Look at that grey mare. He's on. Can he outrun Juan Martin Nero? Tamacho tried to tee it up there nicely, but there's Jesse Bray. And plenty of space, plenty of time. Ganzi just behind him, just needs a little passageway like we saw Barto do earlier on. Stolen by Zubia. He will try and clear it, and he does on the near side. Sends it back to where they were coming from, intercepted by Ganzi. Now then, what's he got up his sleeve? Ganzi needs to be quick. Nice little stick work there from Grant. Oh. Did not see
came
how.
Together there, like I said, and Nero, and make sure, okay, they're going to go ahead and one of the trainers can come out and help with the horse. Let's see what happens here. Grant turns his ball perfectly, very quick. And let's see. Oh. And then the mount came up. So unintentional there. You see how when he went through there, and I'm not sure if it was from his own player, teammates mount. Maybe we can see it again if we run it back. Slow mo it here. Here's where Grant's going to turn it back this way. Keep an eye right here. Here coming this way, and then right there it goes on Nero. And like I said, it was kind of a difficult save. It looked like Grant was just swinging through, and then Zubia went to hook him.
Yeah.
But hence the safety glasses. And a good shot. Grant Ganzi right there coming over. Great sportsmanship. Talking Lolo there. Coaching the Casablanca team. And we got Alex
Webb yeah.
there. Yep, helping out in the Aspen Valley hat. Love those hats. Casablanca design. Robert the design?
Yeah, Robert Godley. He's a young Englishman who's, of course, here in based in West Palm.
It's fun having lunch. We had lunch and we had to talk a lot about the designs.
Yeah.
What it goes into. Very artistic man. Love his designs. Of course, Stephen doing a great job.
Yeah, Stephen Alexander. He's due to be back in Wellington, I believe, sometime over the next few days. And I'm sure he'll be very happy with the way his team, Casablanca, have been faring so far.
Grant Ganzi, the ambassador for Casablanca, representing the brand. And so I'm sure that they'll peek at that just to make sure. I mean, it looked like it was all unintentional.
Yeah.
You know, because you have Grant just spinning around going the other way, and Zubia trying to make a hook on him. And then after the hook kind of popped up on just bad luck for Wanmar.
Yeah, but it goes to show once again how, and we can only endorse this also here at CTV Sports, if you are a newcomer to the game of polo, health and safety, of course, very, very important. And I think the idea of having protective glasses is...
and everything. And we're very, very, very important. I mean, even when it comes down to our wheelie polo, all players must have the protective glasses in all of our games, in all of our polo. By rule, Aspen Valley Polo Club, Grand Canyon Polo Club, safety glasses on everyone. It is a
stipulation.
Yeah, that's a design here. You know, if you are in the local viewing area, started this week. You know, head over to Buffalo Wild Wings, and you can see all of the CTV Sports polo matches on their TVs. We are going to get an open goal penalty out of this. And it's going to be a penalty 2 for Barto Castola and right down the center. So I know Buffalo Wild Wings, one of your favorite places. Yeah, we have a lot of fun over there. And they have a nice viewing area set up. They have TVs everywhere. And so it's a great place to go have some fun. You know, have yourself some wings, burgers, as you said. I always talk about their different sauces that you can have there. Some people like the real hot, spicy stuff, like our second producer, Mike Farrell. He loves the turbo atomic bomb, they call it, or something. I don't know how they could do it. I can't eat the real hot ones there, but they have so many mixes with the garlic, honey, sweets, and they designed all of them. We were talking to them about that. They're chefs. Yeah. Their own specialty sauces at Buffalo Wild Wings. So right around the corner here from the CTV studios over on 441. And you can watch some polo. Have a good time there at Buffalo Wild Wings. All right, back to the action here. As you go down 230 in the Fort Chucker, everybody seems okay, and that's what we want to see. So here comes Zubia.
Now then, Juan Martin will look for the equalizer because that goal that we just saw from Barta Castagnola, that open goal penalty too, has put Casablanca in the lead for the first time, and it took them a whole half. Remember, it's 4-1 at the end of the first chucker in favor of Santa Rita, 5-2. So they were inching back into this game at the halftime break. Then it was 5 goals apiece. No score. 3 unanswered goals there in that third chucker. And now here in chucker number 4, Casablanca in the lead by 1, 6-5.
Yeah, Zubia, watch this. Just right here, they come together, and that's uneven. So they'll go ahead and take a look at this to see which player was creating the danger when they were coming together. Looked like number 3 for Santa Rita Tringalancan and number 4 for Casablanca. And they were inside the 60, going to go to goal there. So you're going to get a goal shot penalty if it's in favor here of Santa Rita. They'll get at least a 3, but it might be a 2. Yep, they're going to go to 2 on the open goal. Uneven ride-off will be the call. Yep. As Zubia had control of the ball there. Been very impressed with his string of horses. So many top horses here in the World Polo League. And we've seen some amazing four-legged athletes. Walmart has been very, very well mounted. His string of horses, he seems to get a lot done on them. And this guy has been good on the penalty line. And that's Lucas James for his third penalty, 2 of the day.
And the equalizer, making it 6 goals apiece. So, not taking this lightly. Santa Rita, of course, and would like to, I'm sure, go back to the way they were playing in that first chucker. But you've got to give it to Casablanca. It's taken them 3 chuckers to get to the level where they're at now, but now we have a game on our hands. 6 goals apiece then, with a little over a minute and a half left to play here in chucker number 4.
Yeah, you never know when they're going to explode here. Casablanca, so to keep it going here, Santa Rita Tringalanca, they keep the energy up. And here you go, Zubia on the move. Walmart going to keep it out in front of Jesse. Jesse, he gathers himself a bit and actually catches him there. Thought that maybe Zubia was going to get away from him. Good turn and read here by both players, Gansey and James. James will win the play, and it shoots across the field. Lucas was head on a swivel looking for somebody, and he'll back this one down. It bounces off of Double G, and he'll leave it for, Jesse Bray. And bad luck there. Jesse looked like he was trying to flip it forward. He flipped it out of bounds. And I'm not sure. Let's see where that one's at. It might be just outside the 60. We'll see if they move it further out. And yes, they are going to. So it is. That was inside the 60. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be one hit, one touch. And there it is. And that ball's got eyes. Ooh.
Yeah, that's
nice attempt by Zubia.
Very nice attempt. And that will bring us to the end of chucker number 4. So just a goal apiece. But the stage is set for the remaining 2 chuckers. So make sure you try and stay with us here on CTV Sports. We're going to have a very short little break. And then we'll be back for chucker 5 and 6. Stay with us.
Foot golf, it's a kind of life, and also it's a combination about golf and football.
So I got into sport through social media. Someone approached me on Twitter and said, have you tried it? I'd never heard of it at that point. So I went to my local course and tried it and just completely fell in love with the game.
This is not as easy as it looks on your body. It's a lot of kicking. We don't normally kick this many hard kicks in soccer.
For me, this and the US Open are the two top US tournaments. It's something we all look forward to every single year.
Great fun, and I think everyone will enjoy it when they try it. You can't not have fun.
When you set goals at the start of the season and you're able to achieve them at the end of the year, I think I can speak for everyone and say when we set goals and we make the sacrifices that we make, which a lot of people don't see, and then it all comes to fruition, it's a good feeling.
I literally live, breathe foot golf.
We're ready to go here for the fifth chucker. And a good shot of Jesse Bray. Very stout-looking pony right here. Jesse's on. The bay pony. And they mix it up a little bit. Sometimes he takes it. Sometimes Bartow does. Looks like they're going to start the fifth chucker off with Jesse. And he's going to go back to Bartow. Bartow all by himself here. So, good play by Greg Gansey there to pick up Nero. And at least create enough space for Bartow. Now, look, the give and go back to Grant. He's going to take the man out. Well done, Grant Gansey working hard here with the man. That's going to give an opportunity for Tamacho. A little bit. Oh, Tamacho leans way out. Now they leave for Bartow.
Oh.
And you get a whistle. So a great play by design here. Look at Grant working so hard with the man. And then Tamacho had a shot there. Just a little miss-hit a little bit, but everybody working hard. And then right there, when he turns around and reaches back for the hook. Because as they're coming down the right of way there, as he comes around, as I think that's what they're going to end up calling here. We'll see what happens. Or maybe, they're going to call that he was still coming across when he made the turn and missed it. And then you got to give one play to Bartow.
Okay.
So that's where you get the high flag and an easy open goal penalty too. But you got to commend Casablanca here on a great set play from their knock-in. They started it with Jesse. Grant did a great job working with Nero. That gave all the opportunity to push Bartow to the outside. Then Grant went forward and went to another man. And Casablanca still had the ball from center, and they ended up getting a penalty two out of it. So a very strong set play to start off this fifth chucker.
And that puts Casablanca once again in the lead by 7-6. Castagnola, this looks dangerous. I'm feeling there's a goal brewing here, but he's put it wide.
Yeah, just a little wide there. That's usually Bartow usually hits that one to Miami.
Exactly.
You can see he just kind of just opened up a little bit too far there, pushed it to the right. Left side of the screen right on the TV, on our CTV Sports. But that'll keep it within one goal. So it'll be Zubia. And he's got time here. Tamacho giving him space. So he can now is where he's got to have to use it. And he uses it back into Nero. And we've seen that just, Juan Mar, just a little bad luck there. Yeah. Oh, just bad luck.
Well, that is one of those, if you snooze, you lose, isn't it?
Well, just bad luck, and then Bart, right here, just kind of stepped it in, and then Bartow was coming full speed, full steam there. So he just bad luck. You can see he kind of lost his stirrup there. He got to get back. He almost got the hook. And Bartow pick up another one here in the fifth.
So for the first time now, Casablanca in the lead by 2. Santa Rita Trenkalaukin need to get a little bit more involved again. And once again, the man with the number 3 on his shirt, 10 goals to his name in handicap. Can he make it 3 in succession here? Nice little steal as Santa Rita Trenkalaukin with a nice long ball from Juan Martinero will send Melissa Ganzi on her way. Solid first touch from her. Just biding her time. Good second touch now on the approach. Slightly topped it. In comes the support now. Then a little backhand shot, but it came off the pony of Castagnola. And he will not be asked twice. He'll pick that one up and run with it. Zubia now, the two number threes. Yeah, he needed to, and he got a piece of it. Extended once again into that danger zone. Now then, Juan Martinero. Just biding his time. Needs to find a little gap to get past or through. I was going to say Tomacho Pierres, but back in the thick of it. Here he goes. Barto Castagnola.
Very open chucker here. As they've gone to another level of pace, both teams. And a great run there by Melly. And I was waiting for them to get some out there. She's been out there a few times, where they could spread them out a little bit, and it seemed to work pretty good, huh?
Shot on goal or a little chip shot. Oh, Bray picking that one out of the air, whether he meant to or not. His mallet there just doing all the work for him. Again, they're getting pushed further down into their own half. Now then, Bray, can he pick this up and clear it? Look at that, all three players behind. Gives it to Castagnola. Bray will go up and try and drag with him Juan Martin Zubia. There's the long drive up to Tamacho. Little bit short. Now then, Lucas James still hovering in front of that goal mouth is Melissa Ganzi. And there's that ball from James. She's not going to be able to get that one. So hammering on that Casablanca goal here, Santa Rita.
Yeah, not as much room to work there on the passing, so they got to go for the goal there. Melly was running out of field, you could say, when he dropped the lob wedge in there. And but two quick goals to start off the fifth. And that's where they get their 2-goal lead. A good shot there, Juan Martin Zubia. Still love the Santa Rita Tsankalauken jerseys with the very, very cool. The numbers and the design, the logos in there. Casablanca. Number of different jerseys they wear. I'm still a big fan of the Casablanca orange.
Yeah.
I love the Casablanca orange jerseys. But they have a lot of different jerseys there. There's their tent right there. It's good, as we say, the locker room of polo, the meeting place. Everybody doing their change right here. Good shot of Juan Martin Nero. Juanmar. And you can see right there the designs.
Yeah, very nice.
Very cool, man. Great colors. The Santa Rita design, the Casablanca. And of course, Tsankalauken. And were the colors in Argentina this year with Pablo McDonough. Casablanca meeting Lolo, the general. He's a general. He'll get you going now.
Yeah.
I played with him and Adolfo and Tim Gannon. We actually played with Michael Donahue back in the 26 goal. And I had a lot of fun playing with him and Adolfo. And what a guy in the field, man. He's another one of those guys just like Juan Bellini, they go out there, it doesn't matter what 6 to 26 goals they're going to play as hard every game they get into. And, you can see it carrying on, and his boys have done so well. They come back playing great polo, both on 10 goals. Remember, everybody in the World Polo League playing on their highest world handicaps. And so not their if they have a U.S. handicap that's lower and they're higher in another country, then they'll go off their highest handicap wherever they play around the world. And it's a very special way of handling the World Polo League. And they all come together here. And, both teams looking for fouls. So let's see if we can figure it out. That ball's going across the field first. Then it gets hit way up in the air here. And you almost lose it. It goes over the top of the drone.
Yeah.
Then it drops down in. And wondering if they're going to. I think Grant thought he was getting fouled, but that looked like maybe a Casablanca player was pushing the player across. And I think that's why you had the Santa Rita player with his mouth kind of peeling it. Was he pushing him across? So look at it and work this one out. to see if they have a challenge or a trigger on this after they take a look at their footage. And, this afternoon, 4 o'clock.
Yep, looking forward to that one. Our doubleheader, our Monday doubleheader, dead end with Evan White, Faculosa, Magula, Prida, Pedro Falabella against Richard Mill. Both of these teams 0-1, and I believe we've got an update.
Yeah, so we are going to have a challenge. So we did have a foul. They called it against the pink, but they're going to say no foul to play because he's actually pushed across on the play. So he's allowed to go across there if he's getting pushed. Wasn't his fault riding over top of it. So good challenge by Santa Rita Casablanca. They're going to win their challenge, and they'll get a bowl in here, and that would have saved the penalty 4. So good challenge by the Santa Rita team. They will retain their challenge, another challenge, if needed here for the second half.
Meanwhile, Barto Castagnola getting on with business and sends that ball deep down the field looking for Ganzi. Ganzi will pick this one up, I'm sure. Good first touch here from Grant on the near side to finish what he started. Slightly overcooked it, slams on the brakes there. And has that ball taken off him there by Juan Martinero. So Santa Rita, very, very well played in that play. Lucas James, bouncing ball. Tamacho sends it back out, looking for Bray.
You get a whistle here. I think it might have came back a little bit further when Lucas and Grant. Let's see what happens here. Right here, keep an eye on this. And I'm not sure if it didn't look like there was any contact.
No.
So I wonder if they're calling Lucas coming across or if they're calling Grant coming from behind. We'll see what they work out here. Does it look like the Santa Rita team is gathering at the 60 and the Casablanca team in the center, Captain Barto Casanola. Having a discussion there with the mounted official. Captains are allowed to have discussions with the players, with the umpires, the captains. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and it's going to go against Casablanca. They will not challenge the call. And they'll have a 60-yard penalty forward. And it's going to be just coming behind there. I guess they must have rubbed a little bit.
It looked like no contact to me, but yeah, probably.
And we'll check with the mounted officials there on that call, and they'll see. Looks like it would be a 4. Monmar. Ooh, knocked down.
And picked up by Castagnola, but another whistle.
It looked like Melly back there with Wambellini. I'm in a discussion there, making sure. And let's get a look at this. Keep an eye on this because the hit's just like a 30-30, man. This thing's head level. Look at that. Oh, wow.
Camacho got a piece of it.
Camacho Piedras. Amazing out of the air. And then I think, though, Barto's going to get caught fouling the second man on this. So Tamacho with an amazing save. I mean, that ball's got to be doing well over 100 miles an hour.
At least.
And at head level. And watch this, so it changes. And right there, Lucas James, number 2.
Yeah.
And so he's going to catch Barto coming from right to left across. And Lucas will get his 4th opportunity at an open goal. He's going to keep this one from the spot. And Lucas pulls out the putter once again.
4th time. Open goal penalty 2.
So Nero driving for show, and Lucas putting for dough.
Yeah.
And he's a good putter. Wow, that ball's going so fast. I wonder, what great hand-eye coordination polo players have, but Tamacho Piedras stabbing that ball out of the air. I mean, that wasn't easy to see, too, because it was off to his side. But and that ball was going in the goal, so a great save there by Tamacho. All right, on the bowling, back to Lucas is going to get it out in front. Jesse will get there first and just open it up with a nice little 20-yard back shot. Grant can get there, but well done by Zubia, keeping the window open. Good ride off here. And everybody's looking for the ball, and it'll be Barta. He'll go near side, and they'll take it back to the outside. And that's a sweet little play by Casanola.
Yeah, and again, those horses, of course, that he's mounted on, absolutely top class. Now the long drive down the field. Bray up against the number 3, Juan Martin Zubia, but still Jesse Bray in possession. Nice with the stick work here. He's got Tamacha just behind, as is Grant Ganzi. But solid here, ball control taken on 3 players. Lucas James now needs to run away with it. In comes the challenge from Tamacho. Yeah, but of course in the second row, that's another long ball downfield. Nero. Ball is sent back down the line now, then Castagnola. Who is he going to play that one to?
Looks like he's going to go ahead and end your fit chucker. So they get one back and a 1-goal difference going into the 6th. So it looks like everyone ready to go. So we'll get them ready, and you don't want to miss the 6th and final chucker. So stay with us. We'll be right back here for the Palm Beach Open 6th chucker.
At the time the taqueria began in 1975, our goals were simple: to provide service, which we did fieldside with our first trailer, quality, and those hard-to-find polo specialty items. We searched the globe to bring back the best equipment possible for polo players by polo players.
The taqueria. Have you been over CTC and everybody over Taqueria?
You know, not yet, but it is very much on my list.
Yeah, you got to get in there. And,
yeah,
I know you usually buy a bunch of gifts to send back to Europe.
Exactly.
Yeah, they have all kinds of different, not just, of course, equine products, but they cover everything. Just an amazing place. So check it out, the corner of South Shore Boulevard and Pearson Road. And big family in there. Family owned, run, and everyone works there. I mean, they've had people working there for years. Years. It's great thing. So it's great to see Taqueria. Check it out. All right, here we go. 8-7. And remember, both of these teams are 1-0. So this is a huge game in the setup. Because I talked to Frederick about that. 4 teams in each bracket.
Yeah. And
you got to be careful if you lose one. Because remember, the top team's going to go. So if one team goes undefeated, you're not going to get a chance. So, but it's a huge game. Let's see. Barto.
Now then, he's in shooting range. Doesn't want to get called for delay of game. Here is the shot. Yeah, and that would have been through had Nero not stood there in the way Sends it out to the right-hand side, but once again, Barto Castagnola, and still, and again in shooting range. And so is this man. He's a lot closer. Bray will just tee that one up nicely and put it through.
Jesse.
His first goal.
Picking up his second goal, yeah.
Oh, beg your pardon, second. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, Barto taking his time, commanding the team well. You know, not rushing things. And I think that's been a big key right here with the pace, especially the way the Santa Rita Casablanca team has played today. They've mixed it up well. Looking to see if they get Melly on the move again, because she looks like she's got some space out there. And with the rotation from Jesse, you might get an opportunity to get her out there to see if she can pop one in. And it'll relieve some pressure. Here you go. Big ball by Nero. Will it stay on the field? No, just off the outside. Good D here, Casablanca. As Barto's going to push Lucas to the inside. And Jesse will line up for the knock-in.
So very much the clock now, a key factor in this sixth and final chukker. Who will leave the field with a 2-0 and who will leave the field with a 1-1? Here we go. Jesse Bray out to the right-hand side. He read it well. Barto Castagnola. And he's going to play this one to himself. Wants to outrun, of course, the 10-goaler on his left. Juan Martin Nero. Ball is still on the boards. Yeah, in comes Bray. Nicely done. And Bray will send it back down the line. Clever little play with a cut shot. A lot of space to work now here for Barto Castagnola. Will he go for the shot? There it comes. Sends it across. Didn't quite get a clean touch on that, but there he is. One of my favorites. Tomacho Perez. It's cleared. Ganzi now will look for an opportune moment to, well, try and get that ball back. But Juan Martin Zabia also very, very well mounted. On the half volley, good ball control. Ganzi just still behind him. Still Juan Martin Zabia. Here comes the under the neck. And that is just going to, well, that's still in play now. It's just run over the back line there. Not much in it again, just a couple of yards.
Yeah, great work there by Zubia. And you said mounted very well. Little Bay Pony getting him right where he needed to be. And good shot on goal just off the left side and going to the far post. They're going to go ahead and press here. They might as well with the 2-goal lead. Oh, make sure that come off of Melly's. I came off the Bay Pony. He'll check and see if she's okay. And says, yeah, that's all right. And Grant will move it down. You get Tamacho here. Jesse Bray goes for the steal. Looks like a good non-call. Open window. And just off to the right. So you can see when Jesse went over to ride Zubia off. Zubia kind of moved to the right. He extends the window. Good non-call. If he goes in there and slows Zubia down, you know, where he needs to check out of that play or move out of it, then that'd be a different play. But well done there, just opening it up and Casablanca extending the field, spreading the Santa Rita team out here in the second half. So 2 goals. We'll use our final courtesy change of the day. And good shot of father-son. Again, having a chat. Also, Lolo works with Pepe. Hagee in the open coaches the team with him. And then Lolo coaches. He loves to coach. You know, he says he watches the bar broadcast he uses for his coaching.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, he says about the other games, he won't watch them live. He watches them on CTV Sports because he can get more information of the breakdowns and the stats and basically all the replays. So he'll coach. He'll prepare his team for them watching, not live from the field, but from CTV Sports. It was great to hear that.
Good man, I say.
Yeah, well, you know, a man of his quality and status, game of polo, as you said earlier. His resume speaks for itself. boys doing a great job.
Oh, a lovely image there of Field 3.
Yeah, good shot there of the Grand Champions Polo Club. As you got Field 3 we're on, to just to the right is Field 2. And then you'll see the grandstand come up here as the drone moves to the right. And on the backside there, Lake Worth Road, that's where all the flags fly. That's where if you're coming in, and that's Field 4 and 5. There's Field 2 and Field 1 to the right with a grandstand in the middle, and that's where you were yesterday,
Yes,
Frank.
Indeed, I was.
And that is the Grand Champions Polo Club.
And
in a
that
nutshell, right there.
And that also, Dale, that field where all the water sprinklers are, that, of course, is the legendary field number 2. You might want to call it Center Court.
Yep.
And that, of course, is where we will have the final of the Palm Beach Open this coming Sunday. We've got a very, very fun-packed and exciting weekend ahead. Of course, the WPL continues with this Palm Beach Open, of course. Today being Monday. Tomorrow they have a day off. Wednesday it continues at 4 o'clock in the afternoon with Richard Mille versus Global Port. And then we've got a doubleheader again on Thursday. Friday, a game at 10 o'clock in the morning. And as I said, on Sunday, then 4 p.m., our featured game. But, of course, on Friday, also Sunset Polo, the White Party by Nick Roldan. And then, of course, a week from today, the 27th of March, the PTF. Very much looking forward to that. That's where, the polo of the future can already be seen. The youngsters, all ages from, I believe, as young as 2 years old to 20, all playing at Santa Rita for the PTF.
Yeah, the lead line class is always the frost on the cake. We start with the juniors that play at they would call them the advanced juniors, and they, it's 6-8 go polo, but it looks like 12.
Yeah.
And then they play very fast. And they mix it up, and they work their way down to the lead line class, where all of our beginners. Melly was right there, but they couldn't have a chance. Grant, her son's going to be able to get on the right away behind her, so smart play there to pull out of that play, let Grant run through with it. Jesse will come through, gets a piece of it, controlled by Lucas, and he's going to go into the neck with it, and they know the time is at the essence. It's not the exact shot he was looking for. Grant Gansey on the new chestnut, on fresh legs here. Takes it in, leaves it Barto. Good D there. Zubia bounces off the pony, and bad luck. You're going to get a safety.
Yep.
So a penalty 6 out of this one. And it will go just off to the right side there. So just one click off the post. Just bad luck. Wanmar actually, he backed the ball and it bounced off one of the ponies right back to him. And then when he went to hit it, it went off his cane. Kind of spun out of bounds. So Barto will tee this one up from the 60. He said the procedure there. They don't no further than 40 yards from the center. Changed good 7-8 years ago. And based on the one hit, one approach. Remember back in the day, you were allowed to dribble a penalty 4.
Yeah.
Especially when it was out at the boards. But that became very dangerous. Because when you start dribbling a ball up into the 60-yard line with 7 other players looking you down the eyes, it could be dangerous. So I like the procedure change here. Here's Barto. Ooh, a little bit of a worm burner, daisy cutter, you would say, Yan. It stays on the field, though. This will work for Casa based on the timing. A third goal there would have been nice. You're going to get us a few changes here. You see Wanmar in the corner. Zubia will go ahead and just check his shoulder. Get Wanmar on. I would say, okay, clock stop there. So we're going to adjust the clock back to 1:05. They had a tack timeout. That's what Nero was doing. So it wasn't a change. You actually had tack time. You're allowed to change your horse or fix the tack. He decided to change it. Why not? With a minute left, you might need a little extra horsepower here. Down by 2. Let's see if they get it going.
Gansey on the halfway line. Well, he's got other ideas. He would like to get his team into double figures. Tamacha right behind him. But once again, Zubia will leave this one for Nero. Nero hammers another one of those great balls down the field. Lucas James not able to pick that one up. Jesse Bray just getting there a little bit quicker. Now then, Nero, the 2:10 goalers, battling it out one more time with just over a minute left to play here in the sixth and final chukker.
Jesse's going to leave that ball. Now it's a smart play. He doesn't want to get involved there. We had two players coming in, again, based on the timing. Ooh, second effort there by Bray. Gets the hook and leaves it for Barto. Barto's going to put one down the center here. It looks like Lucas is going to be able to, or Nero's going to leave it for Zubia. And I think you'll see Barto probably just pull out this one too, because you don't want to foul here and stop the clock. That'll bring him down to the final 30 seconds of our sixth chukker. Looks like they're still going to go for it here, so they get back. Zubia's going to switch off. They might get one more run. Might get an opportunity here right at the end. And I guess they're going to go ahead and pull up the Santa Rita team. I thought they might go for it here. They had the opportunity to win that bowl in, and but the time's going to expire on them, so a little tough there. So there you go. 1 goal difference. Casablanca will hold on to win over Santa Rita Tancalancan, and that'll push them to 2-0. Casablanca and Santa Rita 1-1. All right, our stats are going to be pretty close here. Casablanca with a few more shots, and the knock-ins, though, it goes the other way. Santa Rita knock it in. So even though they had the 3 more shots, Santa Rita knocked in twice. They missed a goal a few more times. Winning a lot of throw-ins, a lot of possessions there. And fouls committed 9 and 5, so very good job by Santa Rita. And not bad by Casablanca. I want to try to keep it down around the 8 area if possible. But 9, you're good. And giving up some 5s. Only scored 4 and 3. So very close there. And they're all 30-yarders. And so there you go. There's your stats. Thank you guys for the stats. And final words, we got the 4 o'clock game coming.
I was just going to say, remember to tune in this afternoon. We got a doubleheader on this Monday. Dead End, who lost their first game against Global Port, the other newcomer in the WPL Palm Beach Open this year. Great to have these new teams on board. But then, of course, Richard Mill, a household name it's become here at Grand Champions. But also with an 0-1. They lost their opening game to that very strong team, Kaya Poland.
Big game for both teams.
So a very, very big game for both teams. It'll be the last game in the second round. Remember, we've already had 7 games. So game 8 coming up this afternoon. And very much looking forward to that when we come back at 4 o'clock.
So we'll see you at 4 o'clock. For Jan Eric Frank, I'm Dale Schwetz. I speak for everyone here at CTV Sports. I say thank you for making us the leader in polo broadcasting. And always remember, here at CTV Sports, we love the polo.